Today we are going to talk on the profiles of noted Indian entrepreneurs. Now, as you all know that they have a success story to share, and if we discuss the profiles of the Indian noted academicians, entrepreneurs, it is going to give a very good impact on the students of today, and you can have very good learning experiences after taking care of the deep insight of their profiles. So here we start. So when you talk about the entrepreneurs in India, the Indian corporate landscape has been largely shaped by the innovativeness, sheer passion, hard work and dogged determination of some bunch of iconic entrepreneurs who have brought the Indian industries at par with the global counterparts. So the characteristics which they share and the characteristics which we have as far as the global scenario is concerned, the Indian entrepreneurs have proved to be the best part. And if you compare it with the global counterparts, we are not behind. Let me tell you that very, very deeply into it if you discuss the profiles of the Indian entrepreneurs. So taking it forward, though this character and this chapter, readers will be taken care of the invigilating of the life journeys of some of the iconic Indian entrepreneurs. So if you do not build your dreams, someone else will hire you to help them build their own. This is a noted line which is given by Dhirubhai Ambani. So which he shares that you must have a big dream and try to complete that dream, try to have a catch on that dream. If you do not do that, then the people will know your capacities, your capabilities, and they will pay you and they will hire you in this regard. And definitely it is going to be a very, very important part in this regard. So taking care of the Dhirubhai Ambani and taking his profile forward, let us talk about the first profile of Dhirubhai Ambani. The late Dhirubhai Ambani's was an iconic enterprising business tycoon in the analysis and the overall scenario of the Indian corporate world, who is definitely credited with the carving of Indian equity culture, ushering the millions of retail investors in capital markets, till then dominated by the financial institutions. He revolutionized the capital market by harvesting the amazed wealth for those who trusted in him and invested in his own companies. The Dhirubhai Ambani was born on 28th of December 1962 in a Bania family to Hira Chand Govardhan Das Ambani and the overall Jamain Bain in the district of Junagadh. His father was employed as a school teacher while his mother was a homemaker. He was raised in a frugal living conditions. Right from an early age, he was aware of the insufficient financial resources of his family due to a meager family income and expanding expenses. Now, due to his poor health of his father and improvised living conditions of the family, he discontinued his education and took up a job offered in Aden, Yemen. Now, at the time, the Yemen was the second largest business oil part in the world. Now, if you take care of his future, after learning the nuisances of the business in Yemen, he returned to India in 1958 and explored the business opportunities in Mumbai. And due to the frugal funds, he initially settled as a spice trader under the name Reliance Commercial Corporations, selling the articles like spices, sugar, jaggery, betel, etc. So here, if you take care of his profile, he was born in a very, very middle class family. The mother was just a homemaker and father was on an average, his income was very, very average. And definitely he built his dreams and he wanted to take it forward. So this is what, was the beginning of his, the success journey when you talk about Dhirubhai Ambani. Now, after learning the nuisances of the business in Yemen, he returned to India in 1958, and as was mentioned earlier, he had very frugal funds, and the company which he started as a spice trader under the name of Reliance Commercial Corporations, he was selling the articles like the spices, sugar, jaggery, betel, etc. And definitely he was selling it to the countries like Gulf Emirates. In 1966, Dhirubhai Ambani started his own textile manufacturing unit at Naroda in Ahmedabad. Now later he established his first brand, Vimal, producing the finest quality of polyester textiles. The biggest breakthrough in his life came in the year 1977 when he managed to attract over about 58,000 investors in the very first IPO of Reliance Commercial Corporations, and from there onwards he never looked back ever since. And by the year 1972, the Reliance operations began substantially enormous, and it also received a nod of excellence from the World Bank also. So just see the kind of journey he started, and see the year of the breakthrough and how he started his overall success journey in the business. Now, the team of the technical experts from the World Bank that visited Reliance premises certified his product quality as excellent even by the developed countries' standards. This certification further led him for the upgradation and expansion of all plant operations. So there is one lesson which is coming from his profile, which is very, very impressive in this case, that the World Bank was also praising his quality of the product which he is into, and that is why a nod was given by the World Bank, where he started with his journey of excellence in the production of the product which was he into, and of course he started with the upgradation of his work, the expansion of his work, and further deep into excellence of his work. So these are the three buzzwords for his excellence as far as the Dhirubhai profile is concerned. Now, if you discuss the profiles of the successful business entrepreneurs in India, you would be motivated that what qualities led them to reach the heights, to reach the top of the business tycoon as far as the Indian corporate sector is concerned. So, let us take his journey forward. In 1981, the entry of his elder brother Mukesh to the business resulted in Reliance backward integration path from the textiles to polyester fibers and further into petrochemicals, petro refining, and going upstream into oil and gas exploration and production. So this is again a lesson when you talk about the success journey of Dhirubhai Ambani, that his brother joined him, and there was a backward integration, there was a forward integration, and they were diversifying their field and adding new products to their existing line of the business. And the backward integration was there into the raw materials, and of course the forward integration was also there in some regards. And so this kind of partnership with his brother led him to a further success. So you must intensify your work with this kind of integrations wherever you can, so that you can have a complete catch of that product line as far as the forward and the backward integration is concerned. Now, in the year later in 1983, his younger son Anil Ambani also joined the business and took over as a chief executing officer at Naroda. So with the innovative instruments like convertible debentures, Reliance Group quickly became a favorite of the stock market in 1980. So in the year 1983, they came out with the convertible debentures, in which the debentures were converted into equity, and this became so popular that the overall stock market, the name of the Reliance Industries was also earmarked, and they were on the top and most famous company of the stock market when you talk about the year 1980. So in the year 1992, the Reliance became the first Indian company to raise the money in the global markets also. So they were not leaving any stone unturned. They were able to raise the funds not only in India, but they have marked for the global scenario also, and they were able to raise the funds from the global market as well. So this was all because of the excellence, because of the capturing of the market, because of the reputation, because of the stock market excellence, that they were able to do it, and people had trust in their brands. So in the year 1992, the Reliance became the first Indian company to raise the money in the global markets, followed by the Reliance also became the first Indian company to feature in the Forbes Fortune, the global 500 company list, which was not a small thing, that an Indian company is appearing in the Fortune Forbes company, which is of the top 500 companies of the globe. So over the period of the time, the Reliance Industries diversified into other sectors also, like telecommunications, information technology, energy, power, retail, textiles, infrastructures, services, capital market, and of course the logistics. Now, as of 2017, the company has more than 250,000 employees, and they contribute about 5% of the central government total annual tax revenue, which is of course a very substantial and exorbitant amount that even a single company is amounting to about the proceeds is amounting to 5% to the exchequer of the company of the country, which is about the total annual tax revenue. The Reliance industry is counting to 5%, which is definitely a very, very substantial amount. They had many awards and achievements to their credit, so we will discuss them now. Now, owing to his incredible contribution to the business world, in particular, the society in general, and he was honored with the following prestigious awards. So, we are now discussing the awards and the laurels in this regard. The first award was given in January 2016, awarded a Padma Vibhushan, the country's second highest civilian award, posthumously, and in October 2011, he was also awarded posthumously the ABLF Global Asian Award at the Asian Business Leadership Forum Awards. Now, in August 2001, the Economic Time Awards for the Corporate Excellence for the Lifetime Achievement was also given to him. A poll conducted by Times of India in the year 2000 voted him the greatest creator of the wealth in the centuries. So, if you see the awards and the laurels, they are not, the list is not exhaustive. There are so many. So, we are discussing only a few in number. So, in the November 2000, he was conferred with the Man of the Century Award by the Chemtech Foundation and the chemical engineering world in the recognition of his outstanding contribution to the growth and the development of the chemical industry in India. Now, in the year 2000, 1998 and 1996, he featured among the Power 50, the most powerful people in Asia by Asia Week magazine. And this is not the least. We have another award which was given in June 1998 as Dean's Medal by the Wharton School for setting up the outstanding example of leadership. The Dhirubhai Ambani has a rare distinction of being the first Indian to get the Wharton School Dean's Medal. Dhirubhai Ambani was also named as the Man of the 20th Century by the Federal of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Now, the value system, coming on to the value system which we have learned from his case is that the first is you should have a futuristic outlook. That means whatever you are doing in the present setup, you must have a vision. Vision will capture that in future what particular activities you are going to envelop and how you're going to expand, how you're going to develop as far as the futuristic options are concerned. Because this is not the only thing which we are looking forward. The successful entrepreneur will always have the first thing, that is they should have the futuristic vision which the Dhirubhai Ambani had, owing to which he reached the top. So, if you're going to incorporate his futuristic vision in your vision, definitely if you are going to have a good startup business or any kind of an entrepreneurial activities, the success is not definitely far. It is very near to you. Now, you should have a flurry instinct. You should have a burning passion. If you take the work as a passion, the passion will take you to the top. You should not be taking your work on a very casual approach, because the casual approach is not going to give you anything. If you want to have the mileage, a good mileage as far as the success, as far as your work is concerned, you should have a burning passion. The time, energy and overall efforts should be multiplied if you want to reach the top. So that kind of a passion must be there, and it must be incorporated in your personality if you want to reach the top like Dhirubhai Ambani. We have so many other cases to discuss today. So overall, from each particular case, we will be talking about the lessons we have learned and the vision and overall strategies they adopted to become a successful entrepreneurs. This is definitely going to motivate the young entrepreneurs of today. So definitely we should have a strong business acumen and out of box thinking. And you should not be having a very, static approach when you talk about the successful path. You should have a dynamic approach. Whatever small micro changes are happening around you, you must incorporate the impact of those changes into your business strategies. You must even able to tap the changes even before they occur. That is definitely going to make a substantial difference and going to give you a big mileage in this regard. Now, you must have a define the standards, of course. If you do not have the standards to meet, or if you do not have the corrective actions to take, if you're not ready to take up the challenges, of course, the success will not come to you. Now, you should have inexhaustible energy with you. If you are tired, if you always feel that this is enough, then of course the success is not your cup of tea. If you want that to be a part of your personality, a part of your business, the success will only come with all these qualities which we have discussed. That is the futuristic vision. You must have a flurry instinct with you. You should have a burning passion when you are starting with your business. You should have an out of box thinking approach. You have to have defined standards. We should be able to even beat your own standards, of course, and followed by the inexhaustible energy. So if you have a package of these kind of value system in you, nobody can stop you to reach on the top and have the success as a part and parcel of your strategies. Now, of course, we are now talking about the business philosophy, which is very important part of the success of any kind of a business entrepreneur. Thinking big, thinking differently, and thinking fast and thinking ahead. So these are a very important part of the thinking aspects. Number one, you should be thinking big. Any kind of a small thinking, any kind of a very, very meager thinking, any kind of a very narrow thinking is not enough for a successful entrepreneur. If you think big, then definitely the success will come to you. It will embrace you with a good speed, followed by your thinking should be very different from the other entrepreneurs, because if you are thinking the same way, then of course where are we different? Where are you different? So if you're not different, people will not like you, people will not buy your product. So you should have a very different thinking, different philosophy, and a very different bent of mind. So people will be amazed at your thinking levels, and of course it will be followed by this success. And thinking fast, because we are in a dynamic world which is ever changing. We are in a contemporary world with a modern thinking, and we are in a fast pace of the economy. So owing to all these things, you should think fast, because otherwise your competitors will overtake you, which is not your cup of tea. So overall, if you want to have the success, you should be very different. You should think big, and you should be thinking fast before anybody incorporates those strategies into your business. So it is high time that thinking standards which we have talked about, that is thinking fast, thinking different, thinking out of box, and thinking ahead. These are the parameters and these are the pillars of the success of your own business. And of course, sharing of wealth with your stakeholders. There are n number of stakeholders which are connected to you. If they are not satisfied, and if you do not share your proceeds with them or the profits with them, they will always be dissatisfied. And a dissatisfied stakeholder will, it will take your business so many steps behind. So if you want your success to be ahead of you, if you want the success to be achieved by you, then you should be different in your thinking, thinking ahead, thinking fast, and incorporate all kind of thinking parameters into your business strategies. And you should be able to have a good strategic thinking as far as the sharing of the wealth is concerned. You should be able to share your wealth and proceeds with your other stakeholders also. Nobody should be dissatisfied, because it's a win-win situation if all the stakeholders are happy and satisfied as far as your business is concerned. Then you should never say die, and profit we share and the losses are mine. If you work with this kind of a philosophy, the business philosophy will prosper like anything. And of course, we have talked about the value system, we have talked about the business philosophy. Now we are coming to another business tycoon, which is called as Ratan Tata. So we will now be sharing his profile with you, his futuristic thinking, his qualities with you, so that you are again motivated as far as the entrepreneurs are concerned, that what specific success factors were a part and parcel of that profile which took them on the top. So now we are discussing, after Dhirubhai Ambani, we are discussing the Ratan Tata. So starting with this, what I would like to do is to leave behind a substantiable entity of a set of companies that operate in an exemplary manner in terms of ethics, values, and continue what our ancestors left behind. This was given by Ratan Tata. This contains the entire philosophy of his business. Ratan Tata, Emirates of the chairman, the Tata Group of Industries, the Ratan Tata was born on December 28th in 1937 into a very old Parsi family of Bombay. He was the first child of Sono and a naval, Homis Tata. His childhood was not peaceful as his parents were separated at a very tender age of 7 years, and he and his younger brother were raised by the grandfather, Lady Nawajabi. He completed his schooling from the Cathedral and John Cannon School in Mumbai. Ratan Tata had a keen interest in the family business from an early age, and after obtaining his graduation degree in architecture and structural engineering 1962 from a Cornell University, United States of America, Ratan joined the family business. Due to his passion to take forward his business, he even declined a job offer from IBM on the advice of J.R.D. Tata. Ratan joined the Tata Group in the year 1962, and his first assignment was at Tata Steel, Jamshedpur. After working very, very hard and having the hands-on experience, he was elevated to a position of a director in charge of the National Radio and Electronic Company Limited, NALCO, a company undergoing very, very severe financial difficulties. So, what suggestions were given by Ratan Tata? The following the suggestions of Ratan Tata. The company dispensed manufacturing of consumer electronics and started developing high technology products for a period of 3 years. This change of the NALCO eventually growing up and recovering its losses. So his first philosophy of changing the line of the product and moving from one product to a high technology took him a great success. And the year 1977, when Ratan was entrusted with another Sikh company, the Empress Mills, a textile mill, he again proved his visionary skills and the sharp business acumen to turn around the fortunes of the company. Through his transformational leadership, the skills and the foresightedness over the years, the Tata Group not only revived its ailing units but also added new business lines like consultancy, automobiles, manufacturing, telecom sector, etc. Ratan Tata has been able to accord international repute as well as the success of the Tata Group. The astounding financial success of the company enabled the company to get listed on a New York Stock Exchange, which was commendable. And though his astute negotiation skills, the entity turned out of a global brand by acquiring a prestigious global companies including the Tetley, Jaguar, Land Rover and the Corpus. In the year 2007, on January 31st, under Ratan Tata's chairmanship, the Tata Sons successfully acquired the Cons Group, an Anglo-Dutch steel and the aluminium producer. With this acquisition, the Ratan Tata became a celebrated personality in an Indian corporate business culture. So we have discussed till now that what kind of particular features, his vision, his out-of-box thinking led him to be listed on the United States of America group of companies and so on and so forth. So this was his overall scenario which took him on the top. Ratan Tata also played the pivotal role in the conception as well as the building of Tata Nano and Tata Indica cars. Especially through Tata Nano car, the dream of a common man to own a car was materialized by offering a car at a nominal price of rupees 1 lakh. Beyond the business, Ratan Tata heart also beats for the upliftment of the downtrodden. So this was an out-of-box thinking that people were into manufacturing of luxury cars with huge investments, etc. So overall, he wanted to have the success as far as the Indian business is concerned, and he came out with a product which was just 1 lakh rupees car, which was a common man car, and he was able to solve that. So he is a notable philanthropist and contributed substantial part of his wealth to a number of charitable trusts. Awards and achievements for this unparalleled contribution to the industry. Ratan Tata has been conferred with the prestigious award and accolades in India and abroad. Now we will be discussing on the awards and achievements of Ratan Tata, a business tycoon. Some of his own sought after awards includes Padma Bhushan, the third highest civilian honor in the year 2000, Padma Vibhushan, the second highest civilian award in 2008. Both were awarded to him by the Government of India. These are most important awards which a civilian can get. A Medal of the Oriental Republic of Uruguay from the Government of Uruguay in the year 2004. International Distinguished Achievement Award by the Burt International in 2005. Tata has been bestowed with the Honorary Fellowship of London School of Economics and Political Science in 2007. Award of Grand Officer of the Order of Merit of the Italian Republic. Now, from the government of Italy in 2009, in the year 2010, he won the Oslo Business for the Peace Award presented by the Business for Peace Foundation, and in 2014, he was conferred the Honorary Knight Grand Cross of the Order of the British Empire. The value system: passionate preserving, core values, cultural ethics, fairness, objectivities, integrity and perseverance. These were the value systems which were a part and parcel of his vision, which were definitely not less. So if you are continuing incorporating the passion in your business, preserving the core value system in the business, if you're taking care of the cultural ethics, the fairness, the objectives, and definitely the integrity and perseverance, these were the the value system which he incorporated into his business vision, which took him on the top, and he was able to achieve so many awards and laurels which an ordinary person cannot get, and he became a very, very famous business tycoon. So taking his story forward, the business philosophy: high order social consciousness, the risk inherent part of the business thinking, big quality in everything you do for employees' welfare, safety, satisfaction of all the stakeholders. So if you compare the earlier case profile of Dhirubhai Ambani and Ratan Tata, there are certain things in common, that they both were a social philanthropist. They were taking care of the interest of all the stakeholders which were involved into that, so that the level of dissatisfaction is diminishing, and they are becoming very happy as far as the overall strategic business is concerned. They had tremendous good path leadership into them, and a transformational leadership makes a lot of difference. So they both were transformational leaders who actually converted the people to like their work, to do their work with heart and soul, with integrity, with a value system at the heart of each activity, and of course taking care of the welfare of the people, taking care of the benefits of all the people, and definitely taking care of the risk part also. If you are averting the risk, if you are not taking care of the risk, the returns will not increase. So having inherent risk taking advantage is one quality of a businessman which makes him and a good person. As far as if you want to earn profits, the risk taking capability and capacity should be more and more. So now we are coming on to a very important profile, that is Kumar Mangalam Birla. This is the third profile which we are discussing of an entrepreneur, and it is very important to understand their success stories, their life events, what philosophy did they use, what value system do they followed, what awards and laurels were given to them, because it's a motivation, it's a motivation, complete motivation for all the people who are entering this particular world of entrepreneurship and development. So now we are discussing Kumar Mangalam Birla. This is the third profile. Well, I think the golden rule I can think of is the fact that you must follow your passion and do something that's very close to your heart. So there's a battle of heart and mind. So as a matter of fact, this was given by Kumar Mangalam Birla, that you should follow your heart, not your brain. So because that contains a passion, and if you follow your passion, if you follow your heart, success is not far away. So, and I think that there is very important to be successful and to be happy. If you follow your heart, because the heart never lies, you will be more happy, you will be putting your more heart and soul into it, and of course you will be successful. So he narrated his own incidents that if you follow your heart, happiness will come, success will come, and of course you will be becoming a very, very successful entrepreneur. So these were the statements given by Kumar Mangalam Birla. So let us see what his profile says. Kumar Mangalam Birla, Chairman Birla Group of Companies. Kumar Mangalam is an Indian business tycoon, also the chairman of Aditya Birla Group. He was born in the year June 14, 1967 in Rajasthan to a Marwadi business family, popularly known as Birla family. He is a fourth generation of Birla business family, born with a silver spoon. Right from the childhood age, Kumar nurtured his feelings, and he was brought up in a pressure cooker environment that made him very conscious of his family repute, wealth, and of course the corresponding responsibility attached with it. Though his doting parents had an influence on him, but Kumar perceived his father as his hero, with whom he spent enough time and regarded him as a teacher also. So, and of course, after completing his graduation, that is the BCom program from HR College, Mumbai, he also studied a chartered accountancy and later went for his MBA program from London Business School, where he was an honorary fellow. He had also deep interest in the business empire from a very early age. 2 years before the untimely and early demise of his father in the year 1995, he meticulously expedited his efforts to manage the group through his astute business acumen. At the age of 28 years, when he formally joined the Birla Group, he stunned his critics through his exceptional management skills and far-sightedness. Though at the time of his entry, the group was already into a multi-industries like textiles, aluminium, cement, fertilizers, he forayed into a new but highly comfortable sectors like retail, more, asset management, BPOs, software, telecom, cellular, that is idea, and to accord the exponential growth of his business. Now, with his impeachable education coupled with his remarkable financial management skills, Kumar also brought dramatic yet fruitful changes to the functioning of his group and introduced many changes like thwarting and Bapu culture by bringing professionalism, fixing the retirement age, management training, holistic environment for the complete satisfaction of all the stakeholders. He established the innovative Organizational Health Service, that is OHS, to capture the satisfaction level of the managers across the groups. Under his leadership, the group was also directed to obtain 100% customer satisfaction. Now, due to his relentless efforts and drive to bring a group off the world map, today, Aditya Birla Group is one of the most diversified international conglomerate in India, having operations in nearly 42 countries across the globe. Now, during the Kumar's tenure as a chairman, the group's annual turnover has sharply grown from $3.33 billion in the year 1995 to $41 billion in 2015. In India, it is the third largest business group. So now let us see what awards and laurels he had to his credit. So Birla has received several accolades and applauds, including the International Advertising Association CEO of the Year Award in the year 2016, the US India Brand Council Global Leadership Award in the year 2014, Economic Times Business Leader Award in the year 2003 and 2013, the Forbes India Leadership Award Flagship Award, Entrepreneurs of the Year Award in the year 2012. He has also been conferred with the prestigious awards like NDTV Profit Business Leadership Awards in the year 2012 and the Most Aspiring CNBC TV 18 IBLA, that is a Business Leader of Taking India Abroad 2012, and CNN IBN Indian of the Year Award 2010, and the JRD Tata Leadership Award 2008, NDTV Global Indian Leadership Award of 2007, and of course an educationist. Birla is the Chancellor of Birla Group of Technology and Science, that is the BITS, is the Chairman of IIT Delhi, JIM Ahmedabad, and the Chairman of Rhodes and Scholarship Committee of Oxford University. He serves on the London Business School, also as Asia Pacific Advisory Board, and is on the Honorary Fellowship of a London Business School. Now the value system: integrity, passionate, honesty, well-focused, modest, self-efficacing, out-of-India box thinking, innovative professionalism at the core. The business philosophy: satisfaction of all the stakeholders, customer needs to be advertised on an urgent basis, giving back to the society, a very slowly but steadily entering into a new terrains. Now the next profile which we are going to discuss is a Lakshmi Mittal. Always think outside the box and embrace the opportunities that appear, whatever they may be. Lakshmi Mittal Chairman, the Chairman Chief Executive Officer of Arkel Mittal. Lakshmi Mittal is a steel baron of India based in UK and also being a chairman of CEO of ArcelorMittal, world largest steel making company. The Lakshmi Mittal was born in the year 1950 in Sadalpur town of Rajasthan state to a traditional Marwari family. He studied in the St. Xavier College and graduated with a Bachelor's of Commerce degree. After he joined the father's steel business named Nippon Denro Ispat, where he had a responsible of international development, he founded his own company by the name Mittal Steel in 1976. So he was the youngest person here to start his own company. Since then, he has been in charge of expansion of the business. Early 90s, the steel management bought sick and weakened companies and turned around them. The Mittal Steel is currently a global steel producer operating in about 14 countries. He had established the growth of incorporating mini mills and use of DRI, that is the direct integrated iron, as an ancillary technology for making a steel. The Mittal has a membership of various coveted international forums and institutions like Foreign Institutional Council, Kazakhstan, and International Investment Council, definitely. So the World Economic Forum, International Investment Council of the South Africa, and the International Iron and Steel Institute Executive Committee. Besides this, he has also placed on the advisory board of Kellogg School of Management in the United States, and he is a well-known philanthropist also. So we have seen till now that if you discuss so many profiles, the philanthropy is at the heart, taking care of all the stakeholders it's at its heart, taking care of the out-of-box thinking, early thinking. They are a part and parcel of each successful entrepreneur profiles we have discussed so far. So overall, taking care of everything, and all these philosophies were incorporated by the various profiles which we have discussed, including Ratan Tata, Dhirubhai Ambani, and of course the Lakshmi Mittal. They all received such kind of awards and laurels owing to their business strategies which they have taken. And Mr. Lakshmi Mittal has received several awards also, including the Forbes Lifetime Achievement Award in the year 2008, Padma Vibhushan from the Government of India in 2008, of course, and the Grand Cross of Civil Merit from the Government of Spain in 2007, the Delight, and of course the Global Leadership Award from the Business Council of International Understanding in the year 2007. He was a Forbes European Businessman of the Year Award in 2004, The Wall Street Journal termed him as Entrepreneur of the Year award in 2004. The same year, he was also given the 8th Honorary Villaykoff Steel Vision Award from the American Metal Market and the World Steel Dynamic. Again, the value systems which he adopted were almost the similar, that is the innovation, creativeness, out-of-box thinking, hard work, perseverance, dedication, foresightedness, negotiation skills. So all these things are very important for a businessman to be successful in this regard, and the persons who are following it, following their dreams, listening to their heart, they will be definitely successful, capturing the entire market, having a good penetration ratio in the market, and of course having lot of awards and recognitions from the government, from the private institutes, from the institutes which makes a lot of substantial difference in their fields. So the business philosophy empowers the strategic alliances, consolidation, acquisitions, management action, local thinking, global thinking at the heart. Now the next profile which we are going to discuss is Azim Premji. So I strongly believe that those of us who are privileged to have wealth should contribute significantly to try and create a better world for the millions who are less privileged. This was given by Azim Premji. Azim Premji, founder, chairman of Wipro Limited. Azim Pal is an Indian IT business scholar and renowned philanthropist who had capitalized the Indian information technology industry to the world map. He was born on 24th of July 1945 in Mumbai. Azim Premji had deep roots in the business arena inherited by his father. He brought his electric engineering degree from Stanford University, but due to the untimely demise of his father, he had to leave his studies and return back to India to help the family business. In the year 1966, when his career started, Wipro was working from state of Maharashtra, producing consumer durable products like sunflower, Vanaspati oil and the laundry soap. In the year 1966, when his career started, Wipro was working for the state of Maharashtra, producing consumer durable products like sunflower, Vanaspati and the laundry soap. And before entering into an IT sector, in the year 1980, he diversified the business by manufacturing the products like baby soaps, hydraulic cylinders and toiletries. After the unceremonious exit of IBM from India, which was operating without a valid license in India, Premji seized the opportunity to set the Wipro on a new IT journey. So he started his IT journey producing microcomputers, with a high technological products, and owing to his visionary skills, he collaborated with Sentinel, an American company. And after the rest of the history, by moving from a soap making entity to a software developing company, Wipro had become a pioneer in the IT sector. And remarkable work, commendable strategies, they were, at the heart and in the niche for itself in the market, which he incorporated with the corporate culture. And later, Premji started developing the softwares, contributing a substantial and a larger chunk of the profits of the Wipro corporations every year and today. The company also ventured in manufacturing of the medical computer systems along with the office technology products globally also. To add more feathers in the cap, in the year 2017, Wipro had launched the new brands, identified a re-articulated Wipro spirit and make commitment to transformation and the client expectations. Due to the persistent and dedicated efforts of the Azim Premji, now Wipro is a leading global information technology consulting and the business process service company of India. He has also been applauded with n number of greatest awards, the greatest entrepreneur for harvesting Wipro as one of the world's fastest growing company. His list of accolades has been long and consistent, which includes an honorary doctorate by the Manipal Academy of Higher Education in the year 2000, an honorary doctorate by Mysore University in the year 2015, Lakshya Business Visionary Award by the National Institute of Industry Engineering Mumbai in 2006. In the year 2009, he was bestowed with honorary doctorate from Westerly University in Middletown. Of course, his outstanding philanthropist contribution also. For his immense contribution in trade and commerce, he was honored with Padma Vibhushan in 2005 and Padma Vibhushan in the year 2011 by the Government of India. Not only this, he has been given awards by the ET Lifetime Achievement Award in the year 2013, and he also appeared in Today's magazine, ranked him the 9th position in India, 50 most powerful people of the list of 2017. He was a big philanthropist with lot of good humanitarian causes he has been doing, and he has been donating 81%, that is 8.5 billion US dollars of his wealth towards this cause. And of course, the value system which he adopted had hard work, humility, self-confidence, innovativeness, developing a teamwork, and the future leaders stick to their values. The business philosophy: be passionate about the client's success, be global, be responsible, treat every human being with respect, unmatched integrity, and everything we do. So these were the profiles which are very, very important as far as the Indian business tycoon is concerned. I hope the profiles which we have discussed till now have been very, very good lessons for you when you have to go for a startup, and the particular visions and the particular strategies which you have been adopting, the innovativeness, the creativity, thinking fast, thinking big, they would have helped an entrepreneur to start his business at the core. The strategies, if you discuss of all the people which we have discussed today, the profiles, they are matched in terms of: 1, the business philanthropy. Each single profile which we have discussed, philanthropy was at the heart of them. Number 2, humanity. Humanity was practiced at every step. They were taking care of all the stakeholders, taking care of all their needs at all levels. And of course, innovativeness, that is thinking different, innovating a product with a commercial reason, was also there. Hard work, there's no substitute of hard work, there's no shortcut of hard work. The people who have achieved the success, the hard work was at the core of their levels. And creativity, innovativeness, thinking different, thinking fast, incorporating the changes very, very fast in your business strategy, strategic alliances, smart partnerships. All these things are very important for an entrepreneurs, but the most important thing is a timely action. So the timely action is most important, because if you lose time, you lose the opportunity, you lose the business. So with these words, I hope the thoughts are there in your mind, and it's a thought-provoking presentation which I gave, and you must think that what different you can think and how different you can think to capture the world of today, which is contemporary, dynamic, and ever changing. Thank you so much.